Oh, sorry. I didn't. Okay. Okay, there I go, touching things.
Okay, well, hello and welcome. So we have not done one of these since Game of Thrones. I mean, yeah, I know. That's what my mother is new to these lights, so this is what I always deal with whenever I record something. Okay. Because if I turn both of these lights off, it's kind of.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah. But so we're doing a tier list. Recently, I sat my mom down through Bojack Horseman. As ridiculous as she thought the show was, probably
as
still
ridiculous
does.
as it was.
Yeah. And like Game of Thrones, I figured let's rate these people. Actually, that's right. So
okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Hold on. I may need to add another. Let me add another one.
Let me get myself ready for this task.
Alright. And this one's a road you probably would love. There we go.
It was kind of smooth.
There we go. So we have our S tier characters, our A tier characters, our B tier characters, our C tier characters, D tier characters, F tier characters, and finally our shit tier characters. Because I'm positive there are a couple of them on here.
So let's stop, Skylar, and just help the audience understand what each of these tiers means.
Oh, they know.
Oh, they know?
Oh, yeah, they know.
Okay, so let's stop, Skylar, and explain what these tiers mean for me.
That's how long it's been since we've done this last, then, I guess.
Just for clarity.
So, S tier is the best.
Okay.
A and B are, like, not bad. Actually, we could probably get rid of F, honestly. I'm terrified. Don't get rid of that one. Okay. So, yeah. So, S is best. A and B are, like, they're good, not bad. B and C are probably, like, middle average.
Middle of the road kind of guys.
D is below average. Shit is obviously worst.
Okay. So, it seems like the majority of the character portfolio is going to go under shit.
You...
Okay, we're done here.
All right. All right. So then, let's start off with who I feel like you would probably put there. Bojack. Where are we putting Bojack?
Let's wait on Bojack right now. Let's give him a little bit. Let's give Bojack a little bit of grace, okay?
He's been through a lot.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence about whether he's shit or D.
Oof, God, I was gonna put it. Okay, well, Diane.
Oh.
You know what? I don't want to rate these. You're gonna rate these people.
Okay, so let's.
So
start
where are you putting Diane?
Let's start. So the more widely known or familiar characters. Let's wait on those guys. Let's go with some of the ones that we know
let's
are just
work
middle of the tier.
All right. So well then that's probably going to be best if we do this backwards then.
Okay, let's do it.
So Zach Braff.
Can you show me him?
Yes. He really honestly it's literally just Zach Braff, the actor.
I don't know him.
You don't know Zach Braff?
No. But what did he do in the show? Like, what was his role in the show?
He was just Zach Braff, and then he was burned and eaten alive. And then he was in...
Burned and eaten alive in Bojack Horseman?
Yes. And then he was the servant in View from Halfway Down. In Bojack's dream sequence.
Okay, so I'm not going to give him shit because that's just really hard based on the fact that he really didn't have a great...
He really didn't do much. He was, like I said, he was just Zach Braff.
Let's just give him a D.
A D?
Yeah,
okay,
D.
So Zach Braff
showed up.
D. This is...
Let's go to the ones we recognize.
Well, this was the CEO of the studio.
The production company?
Yeah, that the sex robot took over.
Oh yeah, anytime a sex robot can take over your job, give you a shit.
Yeah. I don't remember his name, but
yeah, there you go.
This is the
he's like the maitre d', isn't he?
He was the server at Elefante,
and he was the
Italian
one that was talking about his new Mr. Peanut Butter's new girlfriend, and he was saying how she was in love with the actor.
No, not there yet.
Okay,
close, but not there yet. This was the Italian restaurant owner.
Play back the scene.
Play back the scene.
No, I mean, they tell me, do you remember what the scene was?
So, remember the episode where Margot Martindale
I know who she is.
Is she not? Oh, there she is. Yeah. So when she was on Bojack's boat, riding through the sea, just kind of being Margot Martindale, and then she ran into the ship with all the spaghetti in it. And Mr. Peanut Butter was needed because he bought all those spaghetti strainers.
Yes.
The person who had ordered that spaghetti was this guy. Because Bojack... do you remember the episode where Bojack was going to fire Princess Carolyn at the restaurant?
Yes.
And he had to use the cue cards?
Yeah.
When he told Princess Carolyn she was fired, he thought Bojack was firing him. And so he walked out with all the other,
I remember that. That was genius.
And then when he left, he opened up an Italian restaurant and ordered all that spaghetti that Margot Martindale.
Let's give him a B.
A B, all right.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name either.
Because Bojack he thought he was being fired by Bojack the Jerko, and he retaliated. I liked him.
This is Henrietta. Yeah, it's really going to be difficult with Henrietta because it's really just a plain character with her face scribbled out. So do you remember Bojack's mom's flashback when the person who had Hollyhock?
Henrietta was the young girl that
she was the servant.
Dad,
yeah,
the young girl that he raped.
No, not really. He coerced her.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
And then she had Hollyhock, and then Beatrice told her to put it up for adoption. Yeah. And she'll pay for her medical school.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess she was... I feel bad because...
She had a short role.
She had a short role, but she was also an underdog in the movie.
I was going to say the victim of circumstance.
Yeah. I'm going to give her a B also.
A B.
She didn't do anything really great, but she didn't do anything really bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hank Hippopopoulos.
I love his name.
he had the he was basically just not Conan O'Brien. He was a late night TV host who had...
Yes, I remember him because he went on and he was the one that was... Well, wait a minute. There was a shark or a seal. This guy was also the...
Yeah, he's the news anchor.
Yeah.
And then Diane went on when they were doing the book tour.
Yeah.
Diane mentioned that Hank Hippopopoulos had skeletons in his closet, and then that started this whole rabbit hole with Diane and the manatee lady who was
well, wait, let's go back to Hank.
Okay.
Because I want to understand.
I was trying to remind you who he was.
So who did he interview? That's going to help me get a better understanding of who.
He didn't interview anyone. He was interviewed. Cuz like I was saying is that he didn't really... The only thing about Hank Hippopopoulos is he had a show that he wanted to run on the same channel as Hollywood Stars and Celebrities Do They Know Things? Let's Find Out.
Oh!
That Mr. Peanut Butter was running.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the owner of that TV channel.
Yeah,
station.
He's not really, see?
Oh, he's C. Okay, I thought you said C, and then we're gonna follow that up like SEE.
No, I mean C.
Okay.
Let's not C.
Erica, the mysterious Erica that Mr. Peanut Butter always refers to whenever he's in a group of people.
And nothing will distract me from Erica! You can't be here! This place is filled with children!
Was that one of his wives?
No. Erica is just some unfaced character that Mr. Peanut Butter will always talk about. So, like, whenever he would go to a party or a public place, he'd always be like, Erica! For instance, there was one, he's like, Erica, where did you get that face? And then he would walk off screen and always leave. This character probably doesn't even exist, and that's probably just Mr. Peanut Butter's dementia. But Erica is literally just some person who gets Mr. Peanut Butter off of the screen.
Well, then she deserves an A.
I know why you said it, but man,
she can get Mr. Peanut Butter off the screen. She's good. She gets an A. Although, Mr. Peanut Butter has his redeeming qualities.
Kinda, yeah. Okay, this is Diane's best friend. So,
Did Diane really have a friend?
technically yes, but I mean, she was Diane. So this is one of her friends growing up. When Bojack won the Emmy, was an Oscar nominee,
Yeah.
and Diane went by his house to check up on him and see if he was okay.
And he
And
really
then
didn't win.
He didn't win.
No.
But that was the thing, is so like that was kind of just the situation, is that Diane went over there when he was named to be nominated, didn't win, and then well, before he freaked out, he told Diane that he told Diane something.
Okay, let's do it. You know, I can make this real easy for you.
Uh-huh.
If she was Diane's best friend, she gets a D.
Okay. Below or above Zach Braff?
Below.
And then what about Henrietta and the dude below?
Henrietta's above the dude.
Okay. This is Woodchuck Kudchuck Berkowitz.
I like his name.
The mayor who Mr. Peanut Butter beat.
Yes.
Then they skied for it, and then Todd was offered.
And he lost his hand somehow too, didn't he?
This is when Zach Braff was burned and eaten alive. When the fracking incident went down,
Yes.
Mr. Peanut Butter's house got taken under.
Yeah.
And then Woodchuck burrowed down there to come help them, and and Mr. Peanut Butter led on a 3 hip hip hooray, and then Woodchuck said, "Don't, because if you cause too much noise, it'll cause the earth to move." And Mr. Peanut Butter was just like, "Let's just do one more just to be safe," and then that last one caused the.
I liked him, and I wanted him to actually win. To be quite honest.
He did. At the end,
Oh,
he did
okay,
win.
yeah, okay, good, yeah, that's right. He did. He certainly did. So let's put him on. He's not quite. I don't even know. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
In this show, I don't even know if there's an S character.
I do. In front of me right now, I see 2.
With the exception of Princess Caroline.
I'm sorry, 3.
I think Princess Caroline is an S character. She's a little bit ditzy, but I think she's an S character.
Yeah, in front of me right now, I'm looking at 3.
I'd say Princess Caroline is an S, yeah. Okay.
I guess we'll just move her up.
Yeah, let's move her up there.
Alright, so Woodchuck.
I'd say Woodchuck. Let's give Woodchuck an A. He's not quite Princess Caroline status, but he's certainly not down there with those B guys.
Okay, so here's the next question.
But he's in front of Erica.
Okay.
And we don't even know who she is.
This is Max Jets, I think it was. This was the person who was interviewing Mr. Peanut Butter on the Sarah Lynn story. Actually, both Paige Sinclair and Max were doing the interview on the Sarah Lynn story.
Yeah,
so we can tier these two because they were together the entire time.
Well, I mean, the fact that they were trying to dig and trying to throw Bojack under the bus gives them some redeeming quality, but they were mean characters. I mean, they were trying to do something really dastardly. So,
but they're reporters. I mean, and it was Sarah Lynn's mom who had asked them to try to find out.
Yeah, so let's give them an A.
Both of them.
Yeah, because they were doing something good.
Before
Erica.
Personal preference, I'm putting Paige Sinclair above Max because I adore Max. I adored Paige so much. That voice is hilarious. Manatee.
She's the one that does. She
Yes.
goes back into the 20s or whatever she is. She's the one that has that kind of an old Southern belle kind of a twang to her. She was married. She was supposed to be getting married. Wasn't she the one that was supposed to be getting?
That's Paige Sinclair.
Yeah, yeah.
The manatee though was the one who had the do-it-all
I
ball.
liked the manatee.
Yeah.
I liked her.
Okay.
And let's give her. Not to mention, she's a character that I know and I like.
Yes, it was also a character
Yeah.
you like.
So let's give her an S.
S.
Yeah.
Before or after?
After. Yeah, and not to mention, I loved her pencil skirt.
Biscuits Braxby, the one who did the interview on when Bojack strangled Gina on set, and the one who did the interview. Oh Jesus, what interview was that one?
I don't know.
But this is the one who did the when Bojack was coming. Oh, when the Sarah Lynn story came out, she did both the interview of when Bojack strangled Gina and then when the Sarah Lynn story came out. Remember when Bojack went to come out about the Sarah Lynn story, and they did the one interview.
Lied.
Yeah, and then Pinky Penguin, the publisher. He called and said to do a second interview.
Yeah.
And then Paige Sinclair came to Biscuits with all the information and facts that were not brought up.
Yeah.
And laid into Bojack. And
But-
then got him, and then that was like 2 episodes before The View from Halfway Down, when he was sued.
Yeah.
And then forcibly moved out of his house.
Yeah. I'd say she's a C.
Okay.
She's up there with Hippopotamus. Behind.
I thought her voice was adorable, though. This one, I think I might already know where this one's going. This is a Ryan Seacrest type. Remember that dude? Every single time the morning shows would come on, this was and I'm a Ryan Seacrest type. That was this dude.
Give that dude a D.
D.
Yeah.
Before, after who?
Before Diane's friend. After put him before the actress. Yeah. Actually, put him before that other guy too.
Zach Braff.
Yeah, put him before Zach.
All right. Meow Meow Fuzzy Face. The
Recap.
The police officer who you saw literally do almost everything in the show. Anything involving the police, it was Meow Meow Fuzzy Face, more than likely showing up. Remember the episode where I hate that this is the only one that comes to mind. Remember when Princess Carolyn was trying to have a baby, came back from the doctor's office with Dude and the mouse
man, yeah.
And then they had sex in the back of his cop car because her
time was her she was ovulating.
Yeah, that's this police officer. He was literally at everything.
Yeah, but I'd say he's a D because he really wasn't.
Oh, rip. Okay.
Well, I mean, what do you say? Let's talk about it.
I mean, so I for comedy reason, I mean, I put him at B because he's so bad at what he does.
Well, hence the D.
But
okay?
no, but I loved him so much. But God, he's
okay. So let's compromise C. Give him
C?
a C.
Well, like I said, this is where.
So since you think he was so great at his job, we'll put him in front of Mr. Hippopapa. Behind Hippopotamus.
He was pretty bad at his job, but
yeah, he was pretty bad at his job, but you liked him.
Yes. Okay. This is Henry Fondles.
Oh, that sex creature?
Yes.
Oh my, he was disgusting. Put him under shit. Depending, you could think he was funny and put him under S.
No.
But I think he was gross and disgusting. I'm putting him under shit.
I'm not. All right, so this is my personal opinion. I think this was the worst gag in the show.
Yeah, he was
I
gross.
hated that.
Yeah.
He's fine. Oh, this was the nurse. I forget
At the
her
hospital?
Name. At the hospital. She took care of Herb. She took care of Beatrice. She was kind of just... She was the one character who could not speak any English. She could only speak in her.
Sometimes it's better not to say anything else. Let's give her an A. She can go behind Erica.
Okay.
Since Erica has no face and she has no voice.
This is Champ, the therapy horse for Bojack.
Is he the one that Bojack got drunk?
Yes. So, yes, and so that's the weird qualification because yes, technically he did get him drunk, but that wasn't his vodka. He took it from the girl who brought it in, but when he threw it out the window, it got smuggled in, and then Champ drank it.
Yeah, and then from then on, Champ went downhill from then on.
Yes.
I'm going to say Champ was... I think he was good in the beginning. I'm going to give him a B because he started out as a good character. Mm-hmm. He just got turned around. So we'll give him a B, and we'll put him in front of... all of those guys.
Okay. This was when Bojack was doing Filbert, they needed a tough guy, and this was the dude who Bojack went. So after Bojack got out of rehab, and everyone hated him because of the Sarah Lynn story, this guy came by to help him, and then he pitched Bojack the horny unicorn. And
yes,
then
I remember that dude.
And then he brought him to the university.
Yeah.
And then screamed at his daughter.
Yeah, shit.
Okay. It was Corduroy Jackson.
Yeah, that was the guy who was hanging himself.
Yeah, the autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, he was kind of funny.
It's literally the only way you could ever describe this person, is just autoerotic asphyxiation right over his face.
But his name is just hilarious. So let's put him on B before B next to
whoops.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
thank goodness they're all still there. I accidentally just hit my my back.
You better save it.
So saving it will just give me the image to save.
Oh, okay. Put Jackson up there. I'd like to put him on. I love his name. Put him on A in front of Erica.
This is Sharona, Bojack's old hairdresser.
Yeah, Sharona. He did her wrong. Because he's the one who got her drunk, right? Didn't he get her drunk or?
No, it's opposite actually. So when Bojack had a shoot.
But she had the liquor. She didn't get him drunk though. She had the liquor. She didn't tell him to drink it.
Yes. So on an episode of Horsing Around, they had Cindy Crawfish on set, and Bojack was nervous. Herb wanted the crowd to give ooh instead of an aw, and so Bojack was nervous about that. So he was telling Sharona that while she was doing his hair, and she put liquor and orange juice and had him drink it and said, "This will take the edge off, so then you'll be able to go do your scene." And then one day Sarah Lynn was in Bojack's room because her parents or some relatives of hers were being weird, and then Sarah Lynn got a hold of the orange juice thing that was just orange juice, and then she drank it.
Okay.
So technically Sharona did get both of them drunk, but when Herb left and the new producer of Horsing Around came over, they were trying to figure out how Sarah Lynn got a hold of the alcohol, and then
they blamed it on Bojack.
He asked Bojack about it, but he mentioned the fact that if Bojack comes out about that being technically his fault, because this was a little after. So Bojack, after Sharona gave him the orange juice, he started drinking on his own, which is actually probably how Sarah Lynn ended up.
Well, let me ask you something. Let me stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that he tried to avoid her when he saw her at the AA meeting?
It was the other way around. She wanted to avoid him because of when the new producer confronted Bojack about the alcohol.
Yeah.
He just said, "I don't know where it came from."
Yeah.
And then Sharona, he had Sharona leave.
Yeah.
And gave her a recommendation to go somewhere else.
Yes.
I think she was getting the axe, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
But she avoided him for a while, and then after some, I think it may have been after his rehab, he went in and he was talking about how he was upset about stuff and wanted to try to fix things. This was before.
Amends with her.
Yeah, this is before he got the job at the university.
Let's give her a C. I'm gonna give her a C, and I'm gonna put her over there. I'm gonna put her in front of Mousy. Well, I want to put her. I'm gonna put her behind. I'm gonna put her in front of Sextuplet.
Well, 16.
Yeah.
This is Vanessa Gecko, Princess Carolyn's work rival.
Oh my gosh, yeah, she was dastardly. I would say shit, but she was shit, yeah. Put her there.
Rutabaga Rabinowitz, the one who you unknowingly apparently called a handsome idiot. This is the one who's voiced by Ben Schwartz.
Oh.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say a C.
Who Princess Carolyn had a fling with for a while when they were making their new company, and then Rutabaga was getting a divorce with his wife, and then didn't really get a divorce with her, and was getting marriage counseling while having the fling with Princess Carolyn.
And she thought he was done with. She didn't know he was still with his wife.
Yes.
Yeah, that's dastard. Let's give him a D for bad behavior. Let's put him in front of. No, he can stay right where he is. Oh, no, he's got to go in front of Diane's friend. Okay, there he goes.
Quentin Tarantulino.
The fact that he was supposed to be a play from Quentin Tarantino gives him a little bit of an edge, but let's give him an A just for the fact that he put him next to the author. Behind the author. Yeah, right there, yeah.
Larry Turtletop.
I like Larry Turtletop.
I mean, wasn't a bad character, but
I think he goes up there with Quentin Tarantino.
Tarantula. Now, no bias. One of my high A's, possible S, Kelsey Jennings.
Is she the one that didn't like Bojack?
She was the one who wanted him for Secretariat. She was the one with all the grit. Do you remember the episode where Bojack went underwater to go do the film festival and was trying to chase Kelsey Jennings all over the place to give her that note to say he was sorry?
Yes.
That's Kelsey Jennings, the one who technically he got her fired.
Yeah.
Because they did the White House shoot for Secretariat, even though they removed it from the show, the movie. Bojack got her fired.
He got her fired. Yeah, give her an A. What do you think about her? Because you have to have some input here too. I know you you put her there.
I put her super. Like I said, it's high A, low. It's high A or S.
Okay.
This was the person who came in after Kelsey was fired. He was the one who made Bojack repeat, "I'm tired of running around in circles," over and over again, because at dinner. He was saying we're not making Casablanca and meant it literally.
Yes.
And then Bojack took that as say, oh well, it's just because that just means we're making the movie bad. And then he mentioned that at dinner, and then he took that personally because he didn't mean that. He was just literally meaning that.
I think he should go up there with Kelsey.
All right. Flip McVicker. This is the person who is the director of Filbert. He was the one who, when Diane was hired on as a co-writer,
anything that has to do with Diane just makes me weak.
Just told Diane to just sit in the corner and collect her paycheck, and then on top of that,
can we open these crackers?
Yeah.
Okay. These are for guests. Okay, since I'm a guest to your show, I should at least have snacks.
On top of that, when Diane got upset with Bojack for going to her therapist, she wrote in the boat story.
Yes.
And while making Bojack read off the script that Diane wrote, was just sitting back while Diane orchestrated that and was just like, I'm a genius. He was the one who made Bojack get nude for a scene and turn 360 degrees to screw in a light bulb.
Let's give him an A.
Where?
Yeah.
Do you remember the one scene when Diane's therapist was talking with her wife? Oh no.
Whose wife?
What's her name? Oh goodness, what's her name? She has no eyebrows. Black lady with dreads, glasses.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg and
her.
So when they were doing Diane's therapy, when they were going recapping, they made Flip a dolphin, and he was sitting in the room having a panic attack, just making dolphin noises. All right, okay? Where are we putting him? That scene was hilarious to me. Where are we putting him?
You can put him anywhere in front of Erica. Anywhere you think he belongs. We can put him there.
This was Gina. This was Bojack. This was who Bojack strangled.
Yeah, put Dina in B. She needs to go and be in the front.
Here.
No, all the way in the front.
This was the
I remember her, but I
publicist.
Yes, she was. That was Angela Bassett.
Sure.
I liked her. She's an ass.
Okay.
In my book.
Where?
She can stay right there.
This is This is Phoebe. What was her name?
Oh, that was Mr. Peanut Butter's girlfriend.
Bojack's. She was in the 30-year coma, and then Pinky introduced Bojack to her at the skating rink. She had never heard of Bojack or horsing around before.
Okay, yeah.
And then they got together. Bojack had that whole situation where that morning he got up, he snuck out an "I love you" and then left out with a "No, I don't," and then left out. And then when she responded,
oh, Phoebe, yeah, Phoebe.
Yeah, I forget Phoebe, the actress name, and that's
Phoebe. Yeah, but she played Phoebe in Friends.
Yes.
Yeah, she was analyzing everything and making him sound like he was really.
I don't remember her name because I did like her too.
Yeah, I think she can. I think she's an A.
Where an A?
At the end.
Oh. And A.
Well, I'm sorry. I wanted to be an S at the end.
Okay.
Because I liked her.
The name, every single time I look at her, the name shows up and then immediately goes away. Captain Peanut.
Oh, please. Captain Peanut Butter. He's
Mr. Peanut Butter's brother.
I know. D. Any way you want to put him.
Really?
So he
can go behind Diane's?
No, he can't go behind his brother. No. Let's do it in front of her, yeah. That goes without saying. She's at the end.
This is, name is escaping me. This is Mr. Peanut Butter's second wife. The one who helped him run for mayor. Eric. Oh, not Erica.
Yeah, no. I'm going to give her a C. Yeah, she can go back there. Because, she really wasn't... Oh, this girl.
Pickles. Mr. Peanut Butter's.
I know who Pickles is. I'm trying to think about her.
As to where to put her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I kind of like the idea that she liked Mr. Peanut Butter and she was going to stick there with him, but I just felt like she was a little ditzy.
Yes, she was indeed very ditzy. Remember the entire episode after Mr. Peanut Butter admitted that he cheated on her?
Yeah.
And she spent the entire episode flopping back and forth whether to break up with him or not.
Yep.
Discussing it with her basically her Facebook Live viewers.
Yep.
And then decided, well, in order for me to get back at you, instead
of sleep with someone.
Yes.
But can't just be anyone. But that doesn't make her. She's not in that foolishness by herself. Because Mr. Peanut Butter was just as stupid as she was because he was trying to find people for her to sleep with. Well, I know who you can sleep with. Her. Where do we want to put her? Ugh, we don't have enough people under B.
It doesn't really matter.
I
know. You don't really have to even this out. You can put people wherever.
I think I'm gonna put her at C only because I liked that she liked him, and then everything just. But then I like that about her. So let's put her in C. In front of the red hair girl, Sharona.
Guy. Nothing. Guy.
Where would you put her?
Definitely not before Sharona. Not gonna lie, personally, I'm gonna put it because they're basically the same person, but
who, her and the sex template?
Yes.
I guess.
Guy. They're both annoying. Guy.
I liked him.
I did too.
I liked him. Let's give him an S. Because he was a good guy.
He was a very good guy. This dude was insignificant. Not really. That's not necessarily true. This was the BuzzFeed person that Diane dated, who, when Bojack came up on the roof after Diane leaked the pages,
Did she really date him?
Yes, it was not long.
Because I didn't know that they really had anything going on.
Well, they didn't when he was brought up. They dated, and she claimed he was mean for his BuzzFeed articles. They split up, and then he was ghostwriting for Mr. Peanut Butter just to kind of get closer to Diane, and he was just writing some
No. He and Diane dated before she dated Mr. Peanut Butter.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah, did I not say that?
No.
Oh. Yeah.
I didn't think. Well, that's not what I heard. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. No. So they dated before.
And so he tried. So he tried to get close to Mr. Peanut Butter because he really wanted to get closer to Diane again.
Yes. And then he was just doing a BuzzFeed article, kind of.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a D for fool.
But then he leaked Bojack's book when Diane sent him some chapters.
Yeah.
They leaked some chapters of it, and that's pretty much what Wayne.
Yeah, I don't remember, but just the whole idea that he,
He's a BuzzFeed writer.
Well, but he wanted to get back with Diane. Let's put him up there with Diane's friend. He can go in front of her.
Not a single person can ever go behind.
No.
This is Diane's boss from
Girl
her. Cruise. Yes, this was the mouse.
Yeah, she was goofy. I'm gonna give her a C.
Okay.
And she can go in front of Pickles.
Oh, goodness, I was in D. This was...
I like him.
I like him, too.
I like him. I'm going to give him an A. I'm not going to give him quite a S. Well, I'm wondering. I'm not going to give him an S. No, you know what? Because I think that... No. I'm torn. Because I thought I liked him.
Yeah.
I'll put him up. Let's put him up there with Princess Carolyn.
3 kids in a jacket.
Oh, he's definitely an S.
S?
Yes. Because anytime you can be 3 kids in a jacket and fool a grown A woman, you have got some serious skills. That little boy deserves an S. I don't care where you put him on S, but put him up there. Because he was working that role. I don't even know how he did it. I don't know. Yeah, that kid, yes, he deserves an S.
Shock.
Yes.
Do you want to know why I'm shocked?
Why?
Because Judah's next.
Well, Judah's great. I love Judah. And I think Judah goes up there next to he goes in front of Princess Carolyn.
Judah's my second S.
Yeah, and here's the thing. The 3 kids get an S for a totally different reason. It's a skill factor. I mean, the whole time the little kid was running game on that grown woman. I mean, really? And everybody, Bojack kind of knew.
And was just like, because, I mean, I guess that was just Princess Carolyn being delusional.
Yeah, but still, what is she? Where is she?
That's me. She's over by me.
Okay. Yeah, I still think that was hilarious to me. Because I'm like, are you kidding me? This is a kid. Why is it no one knows this is a kid in a trench coat? That was hilarious.
Ruthie, the adopted baby. Princess Carolyn's adopted baby.
Oh, I couldn't take that porcupine. No, I don't want to be ultra mean to a baby. Let's put her in D. Because who wants a porcupine for a baby?
Now I know. Well, she was just really honestly taking whatever she could.
I know she was, but just the whole idea, she was just watching that. Was as your favorite word, off-putting. She goes before Diane's friend. Yeah, she's a baby.
Todd's mom.
Oh, Todd's mom. She's shit. Well, yeah, because she wouldn't even speak to Todd.
Yeah, even after. After the kidney.
Yeah.
I guess it was the kidney.
Yeah.
Kidney transplant. It only took after Margot Martindale giving her a heart attack. that they talked.
And the dad,
Yeah.
his dad,
Jorge.
I think he goes to D. Just he's only one step above her. He tried. Are you kidding me? Scott, you see what you're putting? You know better than that. But let's look at him. He goes before Ruthie too. I think I would move Todd's dad over before the actress. Actually, I put him in the beginning of D. I liked him. Latino man. I liked him.
Maud, Todd's now girlfriend. I loved Maud. Not S, but I thought she was adorable. Maud, she worked at the airport.
Yeah.
The Bunny.
Yeah, I remember Maud.
Okay.
But I just felt like, I mean, when you said Todd's girlfriend, that whole relationship was just weird to me. We can give her a B. She doesn't have to be NB. She can go in front of the faceless girl.
Daughter of the extremely sexual family.
Oh, they were disgusting to me. I mean, I think she was a nice. Well, I can't fault her for her family because she didn't really want to be like her family. Mm-hmm. So I think I would put her next to Maud.
Where did I put? Oh, there she is. My least favorite, Emily.
Tell me about Emily a little bit. Recap.
Emily wanted to have sex with Todd. That was kind of almost exactly her thing. She liked Todd a lot and was really trying super hard to figure out what his sexual orientation was. So, because every single time she'd make an advance, Todd would kind of try to play it off.
Oh.
And then they opened up Cabracadabra after Bojack had sex with her at the.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Bojack had sex with her.
Yes.
Shit.
Works for me. Penny. Charlotte's daughter.
Yeah, I know who she is, but I just... Can we hold off on those two?
Character actress Margot Martindale.
Margot Martindale was a jerk. I felt like she was a jerk because what she did to Todd was unthinkable.
She's an actress
No.
taking any role she can.
I knew I had to lay low, go off the grid, disappear.
Yeah, I know what lay low means.
I was good. Too good. The San Diego Union Tribune called me a talent to watch. Oh, and I also did an arc on The Good Wife.
How did you go on a nationally broadcast TV show with no one catching you?
I disappeared into the role, Bojack. It's called acting. Try it sometime.
But what she did, so she has no character.
She's a moldable character.
She has
can
no
be
character.
any character she wants.
But I thought what she did to Todd was unforgivable. I'm going to put her...
Bojack made her do to Todd.
Well, we already know Bojack goes in the shit column for me. So we're going to put Margot in the C column because she has no backbone, and we'll put her in front of...
She fought off a wave of cops in an art gallery. Are you kidding me? No backbone? She was arrested, put in prison twice, got out of prison, was put up to do a job. I forget what that job was. But then afterwards, got out of prison because someone wanted her in one of their movies.
All right, give her a B. She can go in front of... She can go next to... Oh, she definitely goes in front of the waitress. I think she goes next to the girl up front. Up, move. Oh, wait, the second space there.
Oh, this waitress. I thought
Yeah.
I was just like, I forgot she was there. Secretariat. Actual secretariat.
Well, he was the real deal.
Yes.
He goes to S. He can go to the end, though. Oh, no, Bojack's dad?
No.
Isn't that Bojack's dad?
This is Bojack.
That guy goes to shit. We can take care of Bojack's dad right now, and his mom, really.
Oh, Beatrice.
And I love Beatrice's character too, to be quite honest. But what a mom was she?
Yeah.
But then again, the dad gave her a lobotomy, so
No. Joseph gave her a lobotomy. So Bojack's dad, mom, Bojack's grandma, grandfather, and uncle, cousin, ?
Yeah.
So Bojack's grandfather gave his grandmother the lobotomy. because after
okay.
this one died in the war, she took Beatrice out to some little diner farm thing. She got drunk and had Beatrice drive the car. They crashed.
Yes,
and she was
yes.
having an episode, so he had her getting a lobotomy.
That's right. So all that whole family goes shit. The mom, the grandmom, the granddad, they all of them, they're just like troubled people.
He's putting Beatrice ahead of them. I'm putting both of them ahead. I'm putting these three ahead. These two can be at the back. Because these three I like these. Well, Beatrice, I mean, obviously she turned out to be kind of messed up, but
She was horrifying.
These two, I loved them.
Well, the whole Bojack family belongs in that lane.
Even Hollywood?
Hollyhock for me, she was kind of milquetoast. I didn't like Hollyhock.
I didn't hate her.
I didn't like. She's like, oh Bojack, I didn't like her. I didn't like Hollyhock. I really didn't like her.
She's young. She's
No.
in college.
So just because she's in college, she has to whine.
She's a college kid. I don't know, man.
I think she's a D. Hollyhock, and she really.
No, I just put her there because I'm trying to figure out where you want them.
I think Hollyhock should go near around Mr. Peanut Butter's brother. Yeah.
Herb. Unless you want to get to these two yet.
Not yet.
Herb.
I liked Herb.
That's yes.
I think Herb gets a B.
Where in B?
I think he gets a B near right in front of the mentor, the horse mentor over there.
Champ.
Yep.
Ethan. The one who tried to get Bojack to do his new show, and then Bojack flaked out twice.
I can't think about him right now. This drug addict.
Sarah Lynn.
Yeah. She's
Ethan?
I don't want to look at Ethan right now. I'm going to look at Sarah Lynn. I'm going to give Sarah Lynn, since she was a minor when she was influenced, I'm going to give her a C. And I'm going to put her next to Sharona.
In front of
Behind Sharona.
Ethan?
Although I feel really bad about her. I'm going to put her on B.
Sarah Lynn?
Yeah.
Where?
I'll put her on B in front of Margot Morgenstern.
Ethan?
I don't know about Ethan yet.
Todd.
Oh, I really want to say an S for Todd, but because he was so gullible at the beginning of the show, he finally got a backbone toward the end of the show. And I think that was his redeeming quality.
And that's where I kind of disagree, because when, when he found out, it was when he was doing improv? No, there was some point before the end when he finally moved out. That's when I would say he kind of grew his own backbone, because he had known about Bojack sabotaging his rock opera, and then he knew about Emily.
Don't come over here, little girl. Stay right where you are. Don't look at me.
Yeah, I think he had a backbone before then.
Either way, he started out with no backbone.
Yes.
So he's not S status. He's B status. He's A status. I like Todd a lot, and it hurts me to my heart I can't add him to the S column.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, I'm gonna put him at the very front of the A though. Mr. Peanut Butter, oh gee whiz. Mr. Peanut Butter, I like Mr. Peanut Butter. I really did like Mr. Peanut Butter. But he was delusional. I mean, he was...
Well, as Diane said, he was just a child.
Well, but the funny thing about Mr. Peanut Butter is he was in his own little world.
Yes.
Like nothing, phased him. He's like, oh, okay, everything was wonderful to him. So I'm going to put him an A too. And I'm going to put him next to Todd. In front of Todd, because he was never gullible. He was just delusional. I don't think he was gullible. I think he
has been gullible, but he's also delusional.
But the thing about him is his gullibility was because he was so delusional in his own ego. Like he thought he was, just so wonderful all the time. Are we still back? I don't really know a lot about. I mean, talk to me about Ethan.
He was the son on Horsing Around.
Oh, go ahead, keep going.
That was really all it took for you to realize who he was.
Oh, I couldn't remember. He's the son. Go ahead.
He was the son on Horsing Around. He wanted to go try to do Ethan Around, which was this spin-off show. He wanted he wanted Bojack to be a part of it, but didn't think Bojack wanted to.
Yeah.
And so when Bojack found out about it, he called him to try to get in on it. And then I just had her name, and I lost it just the moment. Anna Spanakopita.
Yes.
That's her name.
Spanakopita. Yeah.
So
Angela Bassett, aka Angela Bassett.
So Anna told him for Bojack no, and was super mean about it the first time.
Love her.
And then the second time Bojack went through with it, helped Ethan, and then before he went to, I think this was when he was just trying to be out of California. He he had Bojack on the show, and then Bojack had a panic attack when the girl on the show was just she was just like, I want to be just like you when I grow up. And then Bojack had his panic attack and then left mid-show, and then left Ethan there with no star. This little infant.
She wants to get over here, and I don't want her over here because she's going to do just that same thing.
Not in your arms. She just wants to be in you.
Look at the little booger dude. Come here, little pumpkin.
Yeah, see the little infant.
Really?
Yes.
She doesn't like that light. It's too bright for her.
Please.
Come on, pumpkin.
Anything is too bright for her in terms of intelligence.
Oh my goodness, little girl. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I still don't really care much for I think he should go right up there with his sister.
Not sister, but on the show, sister. Where did I even put her?
She's up in,
she's right here.
No, that's not her. She's up there in B.
Where?
Up there next to Margot Morgenstern, with her feet up in the chair.
I mean, so on the show, both Sarah Lynn and this one were.
Oh,
sister.
that one. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, he can go with the dry sister.
Dry sister?
Yeah, yeah.
Now I'm confused.
The one on
this one?
the one in D. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's just like dry sister. Now I don't know what you're talking about.
So she was kind of like, wah, wah. Why are we? But we already know where Bojack is for me. Let's just make it easy. Put him up with the rest of his horsing around family.
Horsing Around family?
Well, no,
because
his horse family.
I was about to say, because the Horsing Around family is kind of spread between B and D.
No, with the regular horse family. Put him up there with those horse heads. Yeah, and then Diane, we know where Diane's going. End the shit.
But now, where?
The end. She's the worst. Oh my gosh, she is the worst ever.
Now, Penny and Charlotte.
And I don't even. Penny is weird to me because I know she's just so vanilla to me. I just feel as though, how do I feel about Penny or Charlotte? At first I thought Charlotte was good.
I mean,
I like Charlotte.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. But
so remember the whole situation. Charlotte. Okay, so from the start, Charlotte was dating Herb, and then she was friends with Bojack because she knew Herb. Then she moved to Maine because she felt like she wasn't the girl that Herb was looking for. Then moved to New Mexico, had her family, and then when she told Bojack to come to New Mexico whenever he felt like it, Bojack came by there, and Penny was just kind of the
Penny.
No, I'm just going over.
Okay.
I'm trying to summarize. So Penny was just that one kid in school who was just like, oh, guy I like, I have to be aloof somehow for some reason in order for him to try to get my attention. And then, of course, as you know, after the prom, she came on to Bojack, and then Bojack.
Did she really come on to Bojack?
Yes.
I don't know. I wasn't getting come on to Bojack. I mean, he came. Well,
because she was the one who wanted to have sex with Bojack, and Bojack told her no to go back inside, and because and then because that was when this was after going to the prom. She hadn't had a single drink. She had a fun time, I guess, somehow. And then they went on top of the water.
Why in the world was Bojack taking the kid to the prom?
Because he was there already trying to get with Charlotte.
I mean, I know what the storyline was.
No, yeah, I know. I'm trying to justify it in my head.
There's no justification.
No, there is
for
no
that.
justification, but I'm trying to think of...
That's why he's on the last row. Because he should have never. That scenario to me. And
yeah,
that's why
you really
shouldn't. That's why I'm having a hard time with them right now because she's a victim to me. Because I just feel like the situation that they were in should have never happened because Bojack once again made a bad choice.
Yeah.
And he should have never taken that little girl to the prom because his ego, oh, I'm Mr. Bojack, you know, everybody wants to be around me. Like, I think that was inappropriate.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Charlotte knew that he took Penny. Did Charlotte know?
Yeah, this was at dinner. They were discussing it at the dinner table.
And so for me, that was a poor choice for her too, because I think that was an opportunity for her to say, well, you know, I don't think this is right. I don't think that's appropriate. Now, had he gone as a chaperone and she had her own date,
which was kind of what he was supposed to be doing.
Yeah, but he failed miserably on that.
But yeah, so when they were at the water tower, Penny wanted to go to the top of it with Bojack, and they went up there. Penny wanted to dance with Bojack, and then after that, the friend got the alcohol poisoning. They took her, and then Bojack kind of shaken from that, was just gonna try to go to bed. Then Penny was coming on to Bojack
on
from
his boat. She was on his boat. Right?
Yeah. So the first time, Bojack forced her to go inside. She went inside. Penny saw the balloon with the glow stick in. Oh, not Penny. Charlotte saw the balloon with the glow stick in it. And oh no, I'm sorry. This is before. So after Bojack forced her to go to bed, Bojack went to the backyard and was talking with Charlotte for a bit. They kissed. Charlotte told Bojack to leave because her life was good. This is before she was aggressive, but she was just like, leave, I don't care when, but I can't have you around here. Then when Bojack went back onto his boat, Penny was up on the boat just waiting for him. Then Charlotte saw the balloon. The balloon went by the boat. Something fell over in the boat, and then Charlotte went up there and caught Penny trying to undress Bojack. I'm pretty sure it was that Bojack was kind of going along with it, but Bojack was just on the bed. Penny was trying to undress him, and then Charlotte got.
But see, and for me, that went way further than it should have.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say.
I think she's 17 or 18.
Well, but still, I mean, yeah.
Yes,
but
that's still.
Yeah, he's what, in his 40s? Come on.
His 50s.
Yeah, he's still an old guy because they were talking about his gray hair and everything.
Yes.
So I feel like she is a victim of pedophilia right now, and I'm gonna give her a B.
Where?
At the end. Just put her at the end.
know,
and her mother.
My baby.
Oh, you like her, huh?
Yes, I love Charlotte.
Give her an A.
Where?
Put her, excuse me, next to Todd. There. No, there.
I can work with that.
All right, so that's it for me with those guys. But I'm just so happy that Diane and Bojack are at the bottom rung. That makes me happy. Now, who else would you have put on the S list that I didn't put?
Yeah. Okay. So my S's were Kelsey because I loved her.
You thought she was an ass?
I personally, because I liked her attitude, her character, and then of course she got screwed terribly.
That's why I gave her an A.
I do like Herb a lot.
I like Herb too.
Yeah, her personally, also just because
Because he died of cancer?
No, remember he died of his peanut allergy. He was cured. His cancer was in remission.
That's right.
And he crashed into a peanut truck.
Yeah.
I liked her because I yet again I loved his character and the person who did his voice I loved the person's voice who did Herb. I gotta look up
I liked Herb because I thought Herb was a good friend.
Yes.
So maybe he should get a promotion to A.
Where?
Before Mr. Peanut Butter.
Fine with me.
Because he was a good friend, I thought.
Yes. This is, of course, Judah. Now this is just personal opinion because I just liked her. I just liked the character in general.
Yeah.
Charlotte was also an S.
Oh, and you like Margot Morgenstern too.
Personally, I probably would have put her in A because, like I said, Margot Martindale was Margot Martindale. So let me. Okay, so yeah, Diane can stay. She'll stay. Get his name.
Where would you have put Bojack? They didn't show the neighbor. The neighbor in his dad's house. Remember we went back to his dad's house to fix his dad's house?
Oh, the dragonfly. Well, that's the thing is he was in the other tier list I had, but like I said, for some reason, that tier list that I had didn't have Penny and Charlotte in it. And that was the thing is like, for some reason, some of these tier lists... You could
sacrifice those two.
How dare you? For some reason, one tier list had main characters and like 50-50 main and side characters. This one's got like majority
side characters.
No
main characters.
Main characters or relevant characters. They're important characters in some way. It was mostly important decision-making characters. But Bojack, I mean, probably would have maybe went to like mid B. mid or low B.
I mean, he was just everything about him just made my blood curl. He was always making bad choices. It was always about he was like your quintessential narcissist.
Yeah. Well, now is also the other. This is also why because I always think about the free churro episode where he was talking about the one episode where you said that the same episode. I felt the same way. The one episode when Beatrice died and he was giving the eulogy.
Oh.
In the wrong room.
Yes.
that one I was just like, oh god, he is messed up, but he's still not great.
Everything always ends up circling around to all about him.
Yes.
And that was the thing about him and that's why I felt like he and Diane both belonged on the same line because when she was supposed to be writing his biography, when you're assigned to something, someone takes you under their wing and wants you to write some really classified information about them and really dig into their life. You don't dig up all the dirt and just kind of publicize all of it. And I felt like that was a low blow for her. I mean, I thought that was a low for her to do what she did.
Yeah.
Not to mention...
Because, like, I guess it was a mix of dirt and also just what she observed.
But even that... I mean,
yeah.
But even
no,
that,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, like...
When you're interviewed by someone, the interviewer has to share with you their interview, what they're going to write before they write it.
Yeah, no,
so you can approve it.
She didn't do it that
Yeah, so you can approve it.
She gave him the preview that she sent to Pinky before she had it leaked. Because remember, this was...
but she sent it to Pinky...
Yeah, that was the publisher. That was the publisher. So she had to send it to him.
Yeah,
and then she did also share it with Bojack as well.
Yeah, but I think that was a low blow. I really do. I thought that was an all-time low.
Yeah.
And I just think that as a writer, I felt like she could have been a little more creative than that. It's like I don't know. I don't think she did a great job. I don't think she did a great job. And then again, just like him, She makes it all about her. Everything's all about her all the time.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
And then, and even then when she was married to Mr. Peanut Butter, he did all that stuff for her.
Yeah, I was just like, I bet you it's my first thought is the bell room.
Yeah. I mean, he did all that stuff for her. He just wanted to please her. And then she wasn't satisfied with that. Like, what the heck? What is going on with you?
The thing you wanted, you don't want.
No. And I think the reason why I like Guy so much is because
he managed to put up with that. Well, and he also,
I think he kind of ignored a lot of it too, because he was so positive.
He was, but also he super pushed her antidepressants.
Yeah.
And he
put his foot down.
Yes.
He was like, no, this is what you
take
need
the
to do.
antidepressants. Stop working on your memoir because it's clearly making you unhappy.
Well,
and work on
she wasn't even working on it.
Well, that was the thing. She was trying to, but she was failing at that. And then when she went to the mall, she got ADHD and then went off on Ivy-Tran.
I mean, she was eating pizza. She was drinking coffee. She was doing all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even working on. Oh, I'm working on my memoir. Really? Is that what you're doing? That's what we call eating pizza and drinking coffee? Okay.
And repeating, "I'm bad at this" in the document.
Yeah, I couldn't stand her. I could not stand her. I didn't like what she did to Mr. Peanut Butter.
And then, so what about the scene on set when she made Bojack start reading out the boat story for his character?
Oh, that was another low for. I thought
honestly, it was.
I mean, it was clever.
Part of me liked that.
It was clever because it's like, okay, I'll get you. I'll fix you, you pedophile. And I can relate to that, but I still think if she was really his friend, now I could see some stranger doing that to him, saying, okay, I'm gonna fix you and I'm gonna get you to admit to what you did.
I was gonna say Anna, but I don't think Anna would actually do that because she had the tape. She still had the tape from the Natasha Leggero manatee, but yeah, I don't know what Anna was gonna. God, I really wish I knew what Anna was gonna do with that.
But I just felt like Diane she wasn't a good friend. And that's why that's why that girl is where she is.
Oh my God.
Because she just didn't. I mean, and I get her, because a lot of times, hurt people,
mm-hmm.
and so Bojack had a really bad childhood, and so did Diane. I mean, she didn't have a great childhood either.
Even though she couldn't really recount it for her book, but yeah.
But maybe that's why she couldn't be a better person.
Mm-hmm.
But I just. Ugh.
Yeah, no. So so Joseph can stay where he is, but while he was super not okay,
Joseph,
the chill down my spine this dude gave me for Beatrice flashback when Bojack was taking her to the shelter, the chills this dude put down my spine when he was burning all Beatrice's books and then standing in the fire, it's like, you remember what I say about crying? Crying is stupid. We don't want to end up like your mother now, do we? And then just
yeah, that was kind of scary. Yeah.
Oh man.
Woman, the emotions consume you. You don't want to end up like your mother now, do you?
There was a funny thing about this because when I first watched it, I was just like, okay, so this is just a weird comedy, because like, so I know, it's not a straight up comedy, but like,
it's kind of a dark comedy.
Yes, and I was just like, okay, so it's kind of a weird comedy, and then that scene hit me, and I was just like, oh no, that's not okay. And then the other,
a lot of stuff that wasn't okay in this show.
The other one was when Beatrice was talking with Butterscotch, Bojack's dad, and Butterscotch says, I wonder what your mom must think of you. And then Beatrice looked away and said, oh, my mother doesn't do much thinking anymore. And then it flashed the silhouette with the scar. I was like,
what must your mother think of you?
No, she doesn't think much about anything anymore.
Yeah. God. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, that was crazy.
And then thirdly, the one that makes me cringe almost as bad as the first, when after the lobotomy and she was sitting at the piano just playing, and Beatrice was like, mother, And she just turns around like a freaking zombie.
Because she was pretty much a zombie now.
Yeah. And then at the end, she's like, why, I have half a mind.
Mother? Oh, hello. Promise me you'll never love anyone as much as I loved Cracker Jack.
I promise. I won't.
Why, I have half a mind.
I was just like, stop, stop. God.
Yes, you do. Just have half a mind.
Yeah, I was just that.
Yeah.
That's the thing is because like Joseph absolutely deserves to be down in the deepest pits of hell, but the things he made happen, the things that I had to feel like.
Well, the grandma, maybe she should go up a rung.
Where?
She can go up in front of Peanut Butter's, in front of that doggone hollyhock for sure. No, she should go to the front of the list.
Okay.
She should go before the dad.
So then what about poor little Cracker Jack?
Now, who was Cracker Jack again?
He fought, well, as he admitted and viewed from halfway down, he fought in World War.
Who was he? Is he the grandfather?
He's the uncle cousin.
Uncle cousin.
Yeah, I don't remember who was uncle or
I was
cousin.
gonna say, is there some incest in that family going on?
I don't know.
I mean, he didn't really. I guess he can go up there.
Cause he wasn't a. So he was just the soldier who fought against the Nazis. And
he's the one that came home and she would dance with him?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And then he got shot in the head.
Yeah, okay, we can put him up next to her.
And then we found out in The View from Halfway Down that all of his kills were friendly fire.
Okay, no, he may need to go a little further down. Okay, let's move him down that line a little bit to her hair. The hair guy.
What?
The hair guy.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, let's stick him next to Andrew Garfield.
God,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Cracker Jack.
Yeah, he was killing a bunch of his own people. Are you kidding me?
He didn't even know. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's appropriate. I think that list is appropriate.
Okay, so Judah at front, Princess Carolyn second, Ralph.
I liked him.
Ralph third, Amanda Hannity.
I think Angela Bassett should go in front of Amanda Hannity.
All right, so Anna Spadakopoulos, Amanda.
Yeah.
I just had her name. Lisa Kudrow.
Yes,
Guy.
Lisa Kudrow. Okay, so let's Guy. Let's see, Guy. Okay. I think, okay. And that other horse, who's that other horse again?
Secretariat. The original actual Secretariat.
I think those
John
kids,
Krasinski.
I think the kids should go behind John. Yeah.
Which is still weird, because, like, I didn't catch it until I saw the credits. That was
Oh, okay.
Kids, Herb, Ian, my brother.
Leave my son alone.
Todd, Charlotte, J.D. Salinger, Kelsey.
Part of me thinks Todd should. I'm thinking Todd should go in front of Mr. Peanut Butter.
J.D. Salinger, Kelsey, Fish, who got back at Bojack, Flip, Quentin Tarantino, Larry Turtletaub, Woodchuck, Paige, Max,
Jackson.
Corduroy.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Erica. Nurse. Can I make a personal preference?
That nurse could really go to B. Where would you go put her?
I'm gonna put her a little higher.
Really?
I loved her so much. She was a silent character. She was so enjoyable.
Really? She was.
She was one of the only people who didn't talk and wasn't.
Right.
But that's the thing. It's like, okay, she doesn't talk. She can't have any bad lines.
But she can't have any good ones either. So she doesn't deserve an S. I think an A is pretty doggone good for her.
Not an S. Of course not an S. But I was gonna.
You want to put her in front of Erica?
Right
Okay, you can put her. Yeah, you can put her there. Yeah, you can.
Why did I just remember her name and it went away again? God bless. Erica, Gina, Champ,
That drunk.
Sarah Lynn, Margot Martindale.
Oh.
Waitress.
Margot Martindale.
Waitress. Waitress. Oxnard. Just remembered his name and I forgot it. Whale. Maud. Better Business Bureau girl, Henrietta. I still feel bad for Henrietta in general.
I don't
know
feel
where
bad
to put
for
her though. Like,
right.
That's the thing is like Henrietta really got the shaft, but she was only in like 20 like 3 minutes of one episode.
I mean, I guess her story in itself, without even having her, is enough to be significant.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that being said,
so if I can, I'm gonna.
That's fine. Yeah, because her story itself is significant. She had,
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, she should go. Actually, she should go in front of her.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's.
Because she did turn her life around to the good. That girl. Whew. But I felt like she tried.
Sarah Lynn. Who?
Sarah Lynn.
Oh, yeah. Sarah Lynn did try.
If it wasn't for Bojack.
Yeah, after finding out he lost the Oscar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just remembered his name and forgot it, too. Italian guy, Penny, Hank Epipopoulos, Cuddly Whisker. Meow Meow Fuzzy Face. I can't believe I almost got those two mixed up. Biscuits, Pinky, Sharona.
You want to push Sharona further in the front, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Go right ahead.
I'm putting her at least right here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm a little confused about Biscuits, honestly. I mean, I remember you.
Biscuits could go. I mean, really, honestly, Biscuits could go to the end for me.
Yeah,
she could go to the end for me.
But she can't be behind. So okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then move that. These two suck. I hate them both.
Okay. That's fine. That's totally fine with me.
Both. Charlie, his dad, Ralph's sister, Biscuits.
Ralph's sister.
Yeah. That's his sister. Ralph. It's his sister.
And what was her role?
She was Diane's boss at Girl Cruise. When
Oh yeah.
She was the one who was.
Hey girl. Where's my content? Yeah.
That's her deal.
Yeah, I remember.
Katrina. That was her name. Katrina.
Yeah.
A second wife.
Yeah.
These two. Forget Grandma Horseman, Jorge, Orion Seacrest type.
Grandma Horseman, I feel kind of bad for her. The more I think about her, I feel really bad for her because she had the lobotomy.
Well, and the thing is, because think about the time, because like I said, that was like some World War-ish time.
Yeah.
So, like, if you think, she's just the housewife of some rich dude who's got sugar. And remember the one episode where she was crying about Cracker Jack after being dead?
Yeah.
Her and Beatrice were sitting by the piano just kind of sad, and Joseph was just like, well, I've not been taught how to deal with womanly emotions, and I don't choose to learn, so I'm going to leave you guys to it. And then he just left out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, this, Yeah, so she's staying there.
Let's put her up on D.
She is on D.
I mean C. Let's put her C. In the front. Yeah, let's put her there, because she couldn't help it. She was a product of her environment.
Yes.
And she didn't do anything really bad to anyone.
She did zero things wrong. She
used to dance with what's his name. She used to love to play the piano and dance.
She sang.
But
she did play the piano and dance. Yes, that's right. Jorge, Orion Seacrest type, who, if I can just be honest,
okay, that's fine with me.
Zach Braff, Courtney Portnoy, Jessica Biel, Keegan.
And it's crazy because Jessica Biel is, she's married to Justin Timberlake, and I would think that I would like her better. Then she would have gotten a better role, but that role she had sucked.
Actually, with that being said, no, never mind, he can stay. Keegan, Jill Pill, Cuddly Whiskers, Cracker Jack, Andrew Garfield, Rutabaga, Holly Hawk, Captain, Wayne, Ruthie, Ethan, Henry, Alan Wu.
That sex toy can go to the very end. Actually, I know, excuse me, he goes before Diane.
Diane is literally the bookend for her.
She's a wreck. Actually, Bojack could go right beside Diane at the very end. There.
Rip. All right, Alan Wu, the douchebag dad who yelled at his daughter at campus.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa Gecko. But so the thing is with Vanessa Gecko is that she wasn't really mean. She was just a aggressive businesswoman.
Yeah, I know, and I thought about that.
Because if you remember that episode for the Do It All Ball, they went and sat down and talked because Princess Caroline was struggling with Ruthie. Yeah. And they talked, and she gave her some good advice. And Princess Caroline's like, I can't believe we spent all these years hating each other. And she's like, I never hated you. I liked you.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, let's move her up.
Where?
She goes up. She goes because she was a good businesswoman.
She was just annoying.
Yeah, let's give her.
Bye.
Let's give her A. In front of. Oh, I know you're gonna have a heart failure if I say this. So we'll give her A behind Penny.
Charlotte.
Because I know you were going to say, oh, no, don't put her in front of Charlotte. Oof.
Part of me hurts that she's in front of Kelsey, but I can...
Well, we can move Kelsey around. We can move Kelsey next to Charlotte.
I can work with that.
Yeah.
Todd's mom, Emily, who honestly I would throw back there too. Beatrice, Crackerjack, Joseph. God, it's really hard because this is a juggling act between these four and all these five here. It's a juggling act because it's just constant. He really belongs back here.
Yeah, he does.
He belongs back here. But then Emily sucks, and actually, Emily could just be in the middle between those two. But then it's just like
I don't know because Emily didn't physically abuse anyone. I don't think she deserves to be back there.
Okay, that's fine. She just sucked. I didn't care for her. But then it's just like, I don't care wherever you say she goes, because I didn't care for her much either.
She was just such a flip-flopper. Let's leave her right there. No. Put him back there with his put him next to Diane. Yes. They belong together.
Because that's the thing, it's just a juggling act. They all deserve to be right back here, but
they
you
really
can't.
Do.
You can't.
But I think that she was just so indecisive for me, Diane. It's like, at least Bojack owned his foolishness. He was just a narcissist, period, point blank.
It took him a little bit to realize it is his foolishness, but yes, he did. He did.
Diane was just a flip-flopper. She
didn't own it.
No, she didn't.
She thought everything else was wrong.
Yeah, no. And she was just making everybody's life miserable. Well, so was Bojack. Oh, they belong together. And that was the crazy thing about those two. What I didn't like about that was because I think Bojack lacked a little bit of character. Well, he lacked a lot of character. But I think just the whole idea that he was always nuzzling up to her, knowing good and well she was in a relationship with Mr. Peanut Butter was just always suspect to me.
Yeah, but then
really?
and then the one time when he wasn't at rehab yet, but when Diane was... Oh, where was Diane? Diane was at his house for something.
Oh, because she was depressed or whatever it was, and couldn't.
It was after that.
Okay.
But she came over for something, and she got drunk while there, and then this was when she was divorced. So this was when she was living in that crappy apartment, and so they both got drunk, of course. And then she was just like, it's weird that we're both single right now, and like we could totally make out and it wouldn't be a problem. And then Bojack was just like, I don't know about that. And then because that was the scene you thought he was going to have sex with her and they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that does anything to change his character, but I was just saying that is a situation because Diane was just like, we could totally make out right now and it wouldn't be weird because we're both single.
But see, I think Bojack, because Bojack just sucks to me, and I think he's one of those people that he's not happy for anyone that's doing better than him. So just like case in point, the situation with Todd, when Todd was getting his act together, Bojack did everything he could to keep his thumb on Todd, and I feel as though he wasn't interested in Diane. Now Diane was single. It wasn't anything to her. Now when she was with Mr. Peanut Butter. That's when she was
worth something.
Yeah, that's when she was more desirable for him. It's
yeah.
That's Mr. I gotta have her because she's with Mr. Peanut Butter. Now she's not with anybody. He's thinking, why would I want to make out with you now? You're not. You're worthless.
I mean, I guess that sounds fair.
Because that's his whole MO. He doesn't want anybody to be better than him.
Mm-hmm.
He always wants to try to undermine anybody who looks like they're going to do better than him.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, because I'm thinking about the Wanda. That was her name. Wanda. Was it?
Maybe it was.
I think it was, but then my brain is auto-filling in Sykes.
Oh no.
that's why I keep second guessing myself. I'm like, was it Wanda? Because then my brain's like, Wanda Sykes, that was her, and I'm like, Wanda Sykes is a real human being.
It
That's
is, and
not who that is.
she's an African American comedian.
I know. I think it is Wanda though.
I think so too. Listen to me. Yeah, I think that's an accurate list. So now I think that's a better lineup.
And that's yet again, I just noticed something too, because I hated Henry's gag. I hate him. I kind of want to get rid of him. I mean, I want him to be at the end, but I don't want him to be behind Diane. No one deserves it. Oh, you know what he could be? He could be between Bojack and his dad. Grandfather. Whoops, that was Beatrice. Yikes. Yeah, no, because like I want to get rid of Henry so bad, because that was such a that one was so dumb. I hated that one, and it was all because Todd wanted to impress this idiot.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's asexual and she wanted to have sex, but he didn't want to, so he was just like, I'll just make a sex robot.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Her. Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, for the moment,
maybe the sex robot should be next to her.
That's where it was originally.
Yeah, then put them back there. They belong together. Because that was supposed to be the hookup.
Yeah. I can't. That's the thing. I can't put it front or behind because I hate them both. That's what I'm saying. Is like I kind of want to get rid of that one. But yeah, so everything looks good.
That's the lineup.
I did like Paige a lot though. I
don't even know Paige.
I'm Paige Sinclair.
Oh, I did. Oh, no. I did like Paige. Move her up.
Yes.
She can go next to Todd.
Okay.
I liked her. I did like her.
I just love the one
because she was so she was so fluttery and just like, yes, darling. Yeah,
what was it? Oh dear, I do. I don't know how many times I need to say it. I do. If that's good enough for you.
Shortly, I knew you'd understand. Oh, now as to the girl, I smell beans. Fill 'em.
Yes.
Of course you love me. I'm Paige Sinclair. Oh, I love when she's in the when she's at her wedding and her sisters is on the couch, just like, hey man, why did you even care about this anyway? And she's going on in her voice, and then at the end of it, she's like, why do you even talk like that? We're from Fresno.
I know.
God, I love that. I love Paige. Yeah. That's. I'm okay with. If I'm
okay with that. Yep. I'm good with that.
Okay.
That's it. Yes.
This is our Bojack tier list.
That's the Bojack tier list from S, A, B, C, D to
all the way down to shit. Because there were some shit characters in this show.
There really were. Unfortunately, well, the good thing is there weren't as many as there were D characters and the D characters.
But I think that's just because it's tough, because some of the critical characters were so like Jorge, kind of critical. Zach Braff wasn't really critical, but Courtney Portnoy, she was critical for Todd. Jessica Biel was critical for Mr. Peanut Butter. This dude, Keegan, really wasn't critical at all, honestly.
But he wasn't shit. And neither was Bill Pill.
Yeah. And that was the thing, because that's the other thing, is because Jill Pill and Cuddly Whiskers were important for Bojack.
Yeah.
But there was nothing to them. Cracker Jack was, I mean,
he was important to the story.
Kinda.
Well, he was important to the story because he was a historical reference.
Yeah, he was. Okay, that's fair. Yes. Andrew Garfield. You know what?
I don't think you. Well, but he wasn't shit. Well, maybe you think he was. I don't know. No, I mean, he wasn't significant to me.
He was. I also wish I could get rid of him. I can't.
You can put him down there. I don't care because he wasn't memorable.
We can
for
put
me.
him up here because they're shit, but they're like, because
they're not significant.
Yeah. Okay. Because these are bad people.
Yeah.
And these ones just don't have. They're just shit. They're not necessary.
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking that Todd's mom was pretty shitty. Yeah. Okay. And so was the pill doctor. Because that's a bad character.
He was a pretty bad character. But he changed though. He turned around. He stopped distributing those drugs.
Yeah.
He's a pediatrician.
Yeah.
Which I mean is still kind of concerning, but
yeah.
But Rutabaga. I mean, he was pretty crucial.
But he wasn't significant.
He was pretty significant for Princess Carolyn. Because that's what got her on the road to being Princess Carolyn. She started her own agency, kicked him out of her life, and then ended up being Princess Carolyn.
Right, but I don't know.
Okay. Hollyhock, like
I thought she was meh.
She was crucial, but like man, she was this college student. Captain Peanut Butter was really just.
He was nothing big about him.
He was just there.
Yeah, so he wasn't really. I mean.
But he was crucial for Mr. Peanut Butter because for the
right. So
Oscar awards.
He could actually go on that bottom rung to the left if you want to do the meh.
Wayne,
meh.
Unimportant but critical because
he had a funny story to me. No, I'm thinking about Jackson.
I was about to say, yeah, you probably think, yeah. So because he is crucial because he. Used to date Diane, and then also was the one who published or posted, leaked the book.
And this whole idea to me that he liked Diane just gave him a D to me.
Ruthie is a child.
But she's a baby, but she was just a disgusting baby because nobody could really hold her.
And she's holding her right now.
Yeah, but look at, they just had to put gear on and everything because she was a doggone porcupine. Who wants that?
Ethan. Crucial, but no. Her, crucial, but no. Really, honestly.
That dude, he's not that big of a dude. Her, she's not.
Crucial, but no, because that was just the outlet for Diane.
Yeah, and again, like I said, Diane's friend, I don't like her. I don't like her, little girls. I don't like her.
Okay, well, that's our tier list.
That's the tier list, folks.
Thank you very much for watching. If you want to make your own tier list,
go to BojackHorseman.com.
No. Go to Tier Maker.
Oh, okay.
And make your own tier list.
Okay. But you have to watch Bojack Horseman in order to do it.
True. You do have to watch Bojack Horseman.
You have to
first.
stomach it through Bojack Horseman.
You could probably do a blind tier list where you just look at people and just try to think as to where they go, because that's a thing.
Yeah, but that's rude.
Is rude or
because you're making it based upon what they look like, and that's just rude. That's not right. Watch the show.
Yes, please watch the show.
Well,
if you haven't already,
I'm not gonna beg them to watch the show. It's like we're not getting paid for that, right?
No, but it's an amazing show.
That's subjective, but if you want to do a tier list on the show, you have to watch the show. I'm just gonna say that.
I think the show is amazing. You should watch it.
Okay.
Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.